Hey y'all. Hey everybody. I just did it. What's up everybody? How y'all doing today? I ain't worried about that. You gonna talk to the people?
Hey everybody. I'm just getting some stuff done. Talk to the people. What's that?
Hey Brenda.
We gotta go this way? Okay, there we go. Hello everybody. How's everybody doing? We're trying something new.
We ain't trying nothing new. You doing something new.
Yes, I'm trying something new. Oh, here we go right here. What's the order? Oh, there it goes right there, Papa. Oh, that light is shining. Okay, we're just trying to get the light right, y'all. Can y'all see us? Somebody tell us, let us know.
Yeah, they can see us.
Okay. I just don't want it to be too much, you know.
Hey Brenda. Hey Tracy. Hey LaShawn. Hey Charles.
Hey, y'all. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. I know it's been a long time, but we're back. We are back. Tonight is our first night back, and God, how long? It's been about, what, 2 weeks? Oh, no, because I didn't push it. I didn't say. I didn't push it. But we've been back for about 2 weeks. I mean, we've been gone for about 2 weeks. Yeah, we ain't even gonna do that. So it don't really make no sense. Yeah, we've been gone for about 2 weeks, and why are we still coming out looking dark like that?
Because you because of that.
Okay.
It was perfect the way it was before.
Okay, well, let me just move it back. Jesus Christ. I was trying to help. How about that? Is that better? No, that ain't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this lighting right.
Hey Uncle Gary. Hey
Uncle
Tanya.
Gary. Is that better? Jesus. That's even worse. How about that?
That's much better. Now we down the bottom.
That's much better. So they'll come back. Let them come back. Y'all come back, right? Y'all come back. Don't get so frustrated with us. We just got back, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight is Q&A with the Kings, and we have what? We have how many questions we have tonight?
A few.
Oh, we have a few questions tonight, so we'll be going through those. As we said before, we don't mention names. People send us questions. We don't mention names. Joseph just reads the questions and we try to answer them as best we can. So with that being said, what's the first question, Joseph?
The first question is, how many times should you forgive your partner for cheating before leaving? And do you really believe that people can stay faithful to each other?
You want to answer that one first?
Go ahead.
Well, this is just me. You said, now how many times should you forgive them for cheating?
Mm-hmm.
Well, me, I really have a zero tolerance. I have a zero tolerance for that. And you get punched in the face for cheating. I really have a zero tolerance for it, but I say you forgive the person however many times you want. I mean, you don't worry about, what other people are going to say. You have to follow your heart. The heart wants what the heart wants. If you want to continue to forgive a person for cheating, then you continue to forgive them for as long as you want to. I've had people come to me with this particular situation, and you know, the one thing that I've learned is you have to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know, some people will just allow somebody to cheat on them and continue to do that and continue to do it and continue to do it. But you know, I mean, there's really no perfect answer for that question. I mean, in my eyes. You know, it's all about love. I mean, how much you love the person, do you want to forgive them? But is cheating is it right? No, it's not. It's not right. It's never right. Cheating is never right. There's never any justification for it. I don't care if you are in a position, or if you get to a point in your relationship where you feel as though you don't want to be with that person anymore, that person ain't giving you what you need,
Right,
then you need to just move on. You need to move on. And you need to be man enough or woman enough to say, listen, this is not working out. We need to move on, instead of going out and stepping out on a person and cheating. I just think there's a better way of doing it besides cheating. It's just not acceptable, period. So what would you give a high five?
The first time you know what Bernadette said was, people only can do what you allow them to do, which is true. With me, the first time you cheat on me, I'm leaving. We're getting a divorce. Whatever the case may be, there's no counseling. There's nothing we need to talk about. There's nothing we can work out, because always in my mind, you cheated on me. That's it. That's the end of it. I'm done. Everybody has things that they will and won't deal with. Some people can deal with that, with somebody cheating on them, where other people can deal with somebody stealing from them. I know my deal breaker is cheating on me.
Yeah, it kind of like
You
tanks
do better
things.
to come to me and tell me why you want to cheat on me, what this other person possesses that I don't, and if we can kind of figure it out before you go and do what you do, so be it.
Wait a minute, what
If
other
you
person?
can't, then I'm done.
What other person?
Well, clearly, if a person comes to you and tells you they want to cheat on you, they already have somebody in mind.
Not necessarily.
So they already have somebody in mind.
Not
They're
necessarily.
not just coming, I want to cheat on you.
Well, if you come to me and tell me you want to cheat on me, we fighting. Period. Point blank. We fighting. I'm gonna punch you in your face. I'm telling you that right now. I'm gonna punch you in the face. Don't come to me with that bullshit like that. Don't come to me telling me I want to cheat on you.
I could respect you better if you come to me and tell me what you want to do and what you're planning on doing, because at that point you give me a choice and an option.
But
We can either try to fix it.
No,
and stop it
ain't no
before
fixing it.
start.
Ain't no fixing it. If you tell me you want to cheat on me, that's a deal breaker, period. Point blank. I'm going to punch you in the face, and then you're going to keep moving. And that's it. But, I mean, no. First of all, ain't nobody going to tell you that. Nobody's going to come to you and say, things ain't working out between us. I want to cheat on you. They're just going to do it.
No, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say there's somebody at my job, there's somebody I've been talking to lately, and this person really piqued my interest.
No, that's cheating already.
I'm interested in getting to know them better, and at that point, that requires a conversation between you and the person.
No, that requires a punch in the face. Don't come to me and tell me no mess like that. That requires a punch in the face. Lies from the book of lies. You're not going to come to me and tell me that you're interested in something. Don't do that. You're either going to break up with me and move on with your life and go date somebody else, or we're going to stay together. Don't come to me talking about I want to cheat on you, or it's somebody at my job, or it's somebody that I saw that I find interesting. Don't tell me that.
Well,
don't tell me that.
Cheating is a deal breaker, so I can't.
Yeah, cheating is a deal breaker. I mean, for most people it is, but I can't
give you anything of that nature, because the first time is the last time it comes up.
Yeah, but for most people that's a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? But no. You ain't let me finish saying what I had to say, Papa. For most people, it's a deal breaker. But for some people, they just seem to not be able to let go of certain things. They won't. Sometimes they don't want to let go of their relationship in spite of, and so they allow that, or they allow a third party to come in, stuff like that. They deal with things that they wouldn't normally deal with, which is stupid in my eyes. I would never allow that, but there's people out there that do things like that. But I don't think there's a right or wrong answer for it, period.
You just have to do what works for you. For me, I know it won't work. Because every time you kiss me, every time you touch me, anytime we do anything, the first thing in my head is, did you do it with that person too? And how did you do it with that person? And why did you do it with that person? I would never, I would forgive you, but I would never forget. So because I can't forget, that would be a reason for me to just end it all right
Yeah,
then and
it
there.
taints everything. It does. It taints everything. Like once you do it and you get caught doing it, if you survive the punch, I'm gonna be like that for me, that like changes everything. You just took away something that I had for you.
Back in the day, marriages lasted through all of that because I think women were more so forced and told that they couldn't get a divorce because of religion, and they had to deal with their little cheating husbands and pray and God would fix it, and he just did it again and again and again and again and again. And I think nowadays women ain't stupid, men aren't stupid, because I can't just say women, because women cheat on men just as much as men cheat on women. They're not stupid,
Even
and when they
more.
feel violated, some people are really truly in love, and they want to work on it. They don't believe in divorce. They want to keep their marriage happy. They want to keep it, so they go to counseling and try to fix what's wrong. I don't have a problem with people that do that, but for me, that would never work because I would never forget it. I could forgive you and go on with my life, but without you, it wouldn't be with you. Because if you loved me, you would have never did it in the first place.
Right.
So you can sit and tell me you love me all day long.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, if you love me, you would have never been with that other person to begin
Right.
with.
Just be gone with by the time I get bailed out of jail.
And because, see, I'm breaking down to you like you might have love for me, you might care about me a lot, but when you loved me, you was always home. When you loved me, you made sure I was okay. Right now, you too busy with the side piece to worry about if I'm even eating at night because you don't even come home. So you don't love me. You care about me. You probably care about me a lot because we spent time together and a significant amount of our time together, but you don't love me because if you love me, that other person would have never infiltrated and took you away from me. But that's just me. That's just how I feel.
You know what? And let me just ask you one more thing before we move on to the next question. I see this a lot. Why is it that the female, whenever she's cheated on, she forgives, and says, let's move on, let's try to work this out, and so on and so forth. But then when a male gets cheated on, he's like, oh no, it's over. It's over. Why is that?
Because I think women are more prone to love than men. I will set the house. You want to set the house on fire, Tanya?
Yes, I'm with you, Tanya. I'm setting the house on fire. We're gonna be live. We're gonna be live, coming to you live from Channel 9 News or Channel 5 News or something like that. Yeah, we're gonna be
But there
live.
are men willing to forgive as well.
Yeah, there are men that are willing to forgive as well, but then they look at that woman, they look at that female as just such dirty. This is like,
Well,
ew.
women do it too. They just don't verbalize it like men, but they don't never look at the man the same. And a lot of women only stay with cheating men because the men are taking care of them and the men are paying the bills and they don't have to really want for anything or desire anything. So she probably got her side piece too.
Mm, well, I don't play them games. I don't play them games. I just really don't see the sense in it. I really don't. Mm-mm. Next question.
Well, the next question is, this is a good one. My dad died about 2 years ago, and my mom has a boyfriend, and he's a white man. And the person's mom is black, just to put that out there. And he's a white man, 12 years younger than her. She is 59. So she's 59, he's 12 years younger than the mother. He doesn't want her for her money because, honey, she ain't got none. He actually makes real good money, and he actually helps her out with her bills.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own house, grown kids. She seems happy, but it's hard for me to accept it. And no, I don't care about his race. That doesn't play a factor for me. I just don't know how I feel about all of this. Uh, my mother told me just let her live her life because mama still got needs. I went to visit, I only get to visit her once a year. Me and my kids went to visit her last month and I met him finally. Why did she let him spend the night? Why did she let him stay there with me and my kids? She said that she's not interrupting her life for nobody. And I was like, damn, what should I do?
Wow.
And how should I feel?
You want me to go first?
If you want to.
Well, now is the problem the age? Is that the problem?
Well, they
Is the
said that
problem?
race wasn't the problem.
Mm-hmm.
He's 12 years younger than the mother, and the mother's 59. So if you do the math, 12 years younger than 59, which kind of makes the boyfriend the same age as the person that wrote this,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken. They might be around the same age.
Okay.
And I think they can't deal with it because their father just died 2 years ago, and their mother is now just in this new relationship, letting the man stay there. The white man, he got kids of his own. So I think they don't know how to handle the situation
Mm-hmm.
with the mother. Hey, Andrea, because the mother is kind of dating somebody their age,
Mm-hmm.
and also because their father just died 2 years ago.
Well, I really don't have a. I can't empathize with this particular person because, well, first of all, my dad and my mom, good gosh, they were separated years ago, you know. But what I will say is this: when I was younger, coming from a place where I grew up with my father having a girlfriend, when my mother and him separated, and my mother having a boyfriend, you know, at the time. Um, I was a kid. I was still, you know, in grammar school and high school when my parents got separated, and so I know and I understand the feeling of another person, another you know, authoritative person being in the household. You know, and I'm old school. I'm a child of the 70s. I say this all the time. I'm a child of the 70s.
But
Hold
they're
on, let me finish.
not of that real age where he can give authority over
No,
them.
no. But the reason why I'm saying this because it leads up to something. I'm a child of the 70s, and so because I'm a child of the 70s, I was raised a totally different way. I was always raised a child stays in a child's place, and even being an adult, I've always been raised a child stays in a child's place. Not meaning that I'm still a little child, but when it comes to my mother or my father and their personal lives, as far as who they date and so on and so forth, that is something that I just don't, you know, I don't, that's none of my business.
I mean,
Hold on for a second. But at the same time, it is my business. But, you know, I, I just have this, it's just been a thing with me. I've always known when to step in and when not to step in. Now, you know, I've lived this. You know, I've lived this part where, you know, my mom was dating someone that was younger than her and younger than me, actually. Um, um, did I have a problem with it? Yes, I had a big problem with it. When I first found out about it, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? But then I was like, steam heat, steam heat. But then at the same time, I got to know this person and they were pretty cool. You know, they were pretty cool and I didn't have a problem with them. If I was in this person's shoes, would I have a problem with it? Oh, absolutely not. And I'll tell you why. The reason why I wouldn't have no problem with it is as long as my mom is happy, I'm fine. As long as they're not doing nothing to take advantage of my mother or to hurt my mother, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it had ever come to a point where this person was doing something to hurt my mom or whatever, you know, then the only thing I can do is voice how I feel to my mom, and that's it. But as far as me doing anything to this person or, you know, getting involved with that, no, I just can't because I'm sorry, that's just the way I was raised.
Well, one, this person is in their 40s, and so was the boyfriend. So me, what he said, no. My mother was always in my business. My mother always wanted to know what I was doing. My mother always had something to say about who I was dating.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm grown, I have an opinion too. So yes, I will tell her how I felt, just like if it was you and you were 15 or 16 or 17 and you brought some boy home that she didn't like, she'd have had you hemmed up in the corner telling you her opinion. Yes, I would tell my mother my opinion. Whether she listened to it or not is her own business.
Oh, I would tell her my opinion, yes, but
And
I mean that's as far as it would go.
Like I told my mother before, didn't nobody tell you how to live your life, and you're not going to tell me how to live mine.
And you ain't gonna tell your mama how to live hers.
With that being said, my biggest issue ain't even what the person that wrote the question issue is. As long as my mother was happy, as long as he wasn't hurting her, I didn't see her being hurt by this man, I would be okay. But my issue would be the fact that he's white.
Oh gosh.
And I'm not going to lie. But that's not the person's issue. So they don't have an issue. So I say, as long as your mother's happy and you see that she's happy,
let it go.
And he's not doing nothing to hurt her.
Right.
And you, better than anybody, knows if your mother's happy or not because you spent the majority of your life with her. So you know whether she's truly happy or not. Mm-hmm. As long as she's truly happy, then I say you don't have a problem. Let it go. Because the only issue I would have with this situation, you outlined in the question that you don't have that problem. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, in my eyesight, you don't have a problem because you said he's taking care of her. He's making sure she's okay. He has a house. He has his own kids. You really don't have to worry about him telling you what to do because you're grown. The only thing that you know, like if you take your kids to spend the weekend with your mom and you leave, then he might start with the y'all can't do this, y'all can't do that stuff. That might be a little iffy. But past that, you really don't have a problem as long as your mother's happy.
Right. I mean, yeah, there's really.
Hey, Samira.
Yeah, there's really this is really it's really not a big issue. I mean, yeah, I mean.
See, for me, the key words was my mom seems happy. So as long as she's happy, then
yeah, I'm fine.
Now, if your problem is that she's moving on too soon from your dad, everybody grieves a different way.
How long is too
everybody
soon?
Grieves, but that's what I'm saying.
2 years is a long time.
But for that person, they may seem like their parents were together over 12 years. Mm-hmm. So for them, it might be, how can my mother just find another man and move on so fast? But in reality, this other man may actually be helping her with the grieving process. Mm-hmm. Because maybe she didn't want to sit there alone because she was always with your dad. She always had somebody around. So this man came along and brightened up her day and made her feel good. And now, with grieving, you can't give it a time frame because everybody grieves differently.
Yeah.
I was still grieving my mother's death and I didn't even realize it. And it's like 9 years later, going on, 9 years,
Yeah, for
nine
me, it's
years.
been 28. I mean,
So I didn't even realize I was grieving my mother's death until I got back in situations and realized, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm not over my mother dying.
yeah.
I thought I was. I was walking around here like I was fine, but really inside here, I was completely screwed up behind it.
Mm.
So with the grieving process, and who knows, maybe she is doing it because she's lonely, and eventually she'll realize, you know what, I don't really like this man. I'm just using him as a replacement, which may not even be the case, but sometimes that is the case.
Mm-hmm.
People realize, you
You
know
never
what,
know.
I'm using him as a replacement. I really don't like this person. They gave me what I was looking for at the moment, and I'm a bounce.
Right.
So you never know what her motive is behind
Right.
it because being with somebody as long as your parents have been together and then just waking up one day to nothing, that has got to be like toxic shock to your system. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm alone. Oh my God, I'm by myself. And that's the part that you should be looking at too, that she has somebody to communicate with. She has, because again, they were together for so long that her just being in the house by herself, it could make her wither away or not want to be. But trust me, I did it when my mother died. I just sat in the house. I didn't want to be bothered. I cut myself off from everybody. My sister always told me she wished it was the reverse, where she could have been alone. And I tell her, no, you had a kid, you have your husband, you have my niece. You had to function in life. I didn't. The only thing I had to do was get up and go to work. And some days I didn't even do that. So it's not a good thing when you're by yourself. If you could find somebody to help you through it, then it's a good thing. So I don't think you have a problem right now. I think it's just you.
Yeah, you just like thinking about it too much. As long as your mom is happy, you should be okay.
Right. And like I said, you know your mother better than anybody. So if you know she's happy, let her be
Yeah.
happy and roll with it.
Yeah, and just remember when it comes to death, I mean, I know this is hard to think about when it comes to somebody, to your loved one or what have you. The body is just a vessel. Your father is always going to be with you, you know, and so you just think about that too, you know. Any other questions?
Yep, I'm going to it. Oh, since we're not doing this, but I'm still going to give I'm going to say the question. If you guys were to adopt a baby, how would you raise your child? Like, what would you say as far as being gay or straight? Would you want your child to be gay or straight?
Well, you know, I don't want no damn churn.
I know I
I
don't.
don't want no damn churn. I'm too old for that. I'm
I
50
don't even
years
want another
old.
door.
I don't want no damn churn. Matter of fact, kid in my existence just ain't good. They'll come out cussing, shooting, stabbing, and spitting. But would I want my child to be gay? In this day and age, I think so. It's not that I would want it. Would I have a problem with it? No, not in this day and age. Now, if you would have asked me that question maybe 20 years ago, I'd have told you, oh, absolutely. Because of my experiences with being gay, I wouldn't want my child to experience the things or go through the things that I went through as a gay man. The ridicule, the negativity, the whatever. I mean, I've lost jobs, lost friends, things like that. I wouldn't want my child to go through that because it just takes something away from you. Um, but in this day and age, and that's the thing um, about you know, being gay these days and homosexuality. It's like, you know, a lot of people look at us now and they say, oh, well, you guys should be grateful, you should get married and so on and so forth. What you guys don't understand is, like, for people like my age and Joseph's age, it's bittersweet. The reason why it's bittersweet is because of the things that we had to endure um, growing up and living in society as adults, the things that we had to endure, the ways we had to protect ourselves, the shields that we had to put up, things like that, the ridicule, the just the negativity of it all, you know, that we had to deal with as gay men in this country. Um, it's bittersweet. Um, you know, the sweet part is yes, we are able to get married. Yes, we are able to live in our truths these days for the most part. Um, you know, I mean, there's still those people out there that think the way they do and feel the way they feel. But right now in this country, it's like politically incorrect to, you know, say things or do things against people that are gay. You know, it's like uh, it's a different atmosphere now than it was growing up. So would I have a problem with my child being gay in this day and age? Absolutely not. Even if it were 20 years ago. Now, did you act?
Uncle Gary said call him when you finish dinner.
Okay. Okay, Uncle Gary, I'll call you. I promise I will. Um, would I try to stop it? You can't. You can't. I don't care. You can't. You can't stop it. So, I mean, as far as acceptance, you as a parent, you have to love your child regardless whether you accept it or not, regardless whether you like it or not, regardless whether you have told them, you know, you got to get out of my house, or you still have to love your child. You still have to love your child. That's what God wishes for you to do. Now, if you choose not to do that, then that's between you and God. Um, Whether or not you're going to just like completely just turn your back on your child because they're gay or what have you. But to answer the question, would I have a problem with it? No. Would I try to stop it? No. Not today.
Well, would I want my child to be gay? No. Would I have a problem if they were gay? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want them to be, especially if we were black. I wouldn't want them to be gay because black people are the worst when it comes to gay people. They are the worst.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
will let Uncle Bob sit at the Thanksgiving table and he done molested all the little girls in the house, but they'll tell little Ray Sean he can't come because he's gay. I don't want my child to go through that. I would never want my child to go through the things that I went through being gay, even though, yes, it's more liberating times now. It is more liberating times, but at the same aspect, they still go through stuff. People still call you faggot. People still, we can't walk down the street and hold hands. Okay, so big deal. We're married. We if we want to walk down the street and hold hands, I mean we can, but we're gonna get ridiculed. Somebody might try to gay bash us. So really, there's nothing. I read a post today where these straight people was going in talking about a gay agenda and how they don't let their kids watch TV because there's always somebody gay on TV. You know how I wished I would have saw somebody gay on TV to make me feel like I was normal when I was younger?
Yeah.
You know how I wished I would see somebody on TV that remotely closely resembled me? At least they don't see just flaming queens on TV like
Yeah.
we did back in the
Even now
day.
today, it's like, even now today, seeing somebody on TV that's gay, it's like you feel proud of who you are. You really do. You feel proud of who you are.
Because you have representation on TV.
Yeah, yeah. Um, um, But yeah, we still have to live. We still live with the stigma. We still live with the family stigma. We still live with the church stigma of it all. I mean,
But if I found out my kid was gay, if they came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I'm gay," because one, you have to teach them what gay is because they would have two fathers or two mothers, and that's the first thing you have to explain to them why they have two. Then you have to explain to them how they came to be, because two men can't make a baby and neither can two women.
right.
So then you have to explain to them how they became part of you. Then, you know, however you explain that, however you get them to accept that, that's fine. Because kids don't know hatred. Kids don't know bigotry and all of
Right.
that. They learn it. So if you
Right.
stop it before they learn it, but now Billy's gonna have two dads, or Shelly's gonna have two moms. So how do you set them up for getting teased about that? And again, nowadays it's a little bit more acceptable, but it's more acceptable in white people. Black people don't accept it
Yeah.
because if little Billy has
They
a
accept it with
friend
conditions. Yeah.
and little Billy's friend wants to come over to play, but Shaniqua found out that little Billy got two daddies, she ain't letting little Raekwon come to play with Billy.
She won't.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
If little Sharon friend Shelly wanna come over and Takwanika found out that little Shelly got two
Why the name gotta
mamas,
be Taquanico? What the hell is that? Who name is that?
one of them ghetto bitches that would act the way I'm talking about,
No, but you're right. You're right.
they ain't gonna let. So you run into a whole
Well,
lot of
see, that's a
problems
whole nother subject, Papa.
past just the kid's sexuality part
Yeah.
of it
That's
and their
that's a whole nother
sexual
subject.
identity. It becomes a whole bigger issue where
Mhm.
you have to start to find friends, gay friends that have kids, so their kids could play together and
Yeah,
they could
but
feel that it's the norm for other kids to have two dads or two moms and stuff like that.
yeah, but you know what? You know what my problem with that is? It's just like, I don't know if you guys know that look at us and watch us. We really do appreciate you watching us. We really appreciate all of your support and so on and so forth. But one of our goals is to bring some type of normalcy to this union and to us in society. This is, we don't want the fact that we're married to be a topic, or oh my God, you know what I'm saying? We're married just like any other heterosexual couple would marry. We go through the same things that any other heterosexual couple would go through. So it's really no difference. The only difference is two men, and that's it. That's the only difference. It's two men. But that's one of our goals, is we want to bring some type of normalcy to you, that those people that are
They have a
heterosexual.
problem with it. You know how many people stopped speaking to me once I said I do and changed my last name? You know how many people just
Yeah.
stopped speaking to me? That, I don't have a problem with them, but they have a problem because I got married because it don't
takes a
fall
lot of
into
endurance.
their agenda.
It takes a
But
lot
my
of
life
endurance.
never was supposed to fall into your agenda because my life is just that. I could sit here and call them hoes. I could sit here and tell you how they got kids that are hoes. They got grandkids. They got their own kids. They got different baby daddies. But church ain't never fell into their life like they want to put it into mine. This is wrong. But they still unmarried out here screwing any and every man they want or any and every woman they want. But they don't find a problem with that. But this becomes a problem. So now you can't talk to me. Now you don't have nothing to say to me. Now you don't like my post no more. Now you don't come on my post no more. I say
Yeah.
kiss my high yellow ass because I really don't give a fuck. But it bothers me because like I really want to curse them out and give them a piece of my mind, but I won't, because at the end of the day, your opinion matters nothing to me. What you think matters nothing to me. So at the end of the day, I don't care. You're the one that's pressed. You're the one stop speaking to me. I haven't stopped speaking to you. I haven't changed who I am. I guess my reality now for you is a little too much to handle because I have a ring. But at the end of the day, I'ma still do me. I'ma be me. At the end of the day, you knew what it was. Maybe they mad. I don't know what they mad about. But the last time I checked, you ain't had the key to heaven or hell to put me in. So I don't know why you concerned about my soul. I don't know why you concerned about my salvation. I don't know why you concerned about what I'm doing in my life.
Mm,
But this is why when you throw a kid into the mix, you have to think of
all
all of
these
that.
things, yeah, you do.
Not just the kid per se. You have to think of all of that. How people are going to treat your kid when they find out. How people are going to treat you when they find out. The nasty little things comments people are going to make around your child. The nasty little comments people are going to make around you. If it's two men with a boy, oh my God, they're child molesters. I don't, that everybody ain't a pedophile, boo. If it's two women, oh, they're teaching that little girl to be a lesbian. Really? Last time I checked, my mother was a straight woman, and she didn't teach me to be gay. It was something I was born. And most of you heterosexuals, well, maybe if you stop having kids, you stop having gay children because at the end of the day, y'all are the ones creating the gays. We're not, because we can't reproduce. But you can.
Hello.
And your seeds are the ones coming out gay. Your seeds are the ones coming out lesbian. Your seeds are the ones coming out trans. Not ours. It's yours. So
That's
you
true.
stop making us, and then maybe you wouldn't have this problem. But you keep making us over and over again. Maybe if some of you men, since you want to claim it's learned behavior because boys are in the house with women, well, maybe if some of you men did your jobs as a father, your sons wouldn't grow up around a bunch of women and be feminine. How about that? How about that?
Well, we've had this discussion before, guys. You know what I'm dealing with is what I have dealt with when it came to the church that I went to,
Mm-hmm.
And how my church has told me that it's fine for me to be gay. It's fine for me to have gotten married, but where they have a problem at is if I want to be an officer in the church, let's say I want to go for my deaconship, or if I want to be a church officer, then that's where they have a problem. They can't. They won't allow that.
No, because they
And
want you to be gay with stipulation.
right, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's the sad part about being black and being gay in America is that we as black people, we take it a totally different way, and we take it to a totally different level that it doesn't need to be taken to. It's always been like a no-no in the black community, and I think that it's still a no-no in the black community when it comes to I hear this all the time, and especially and from someone that I really love and care about, that this is a lifestyle choice. And it's not. It's not a lifestyle choice. This is not something that we chose to do, you know. And I mean, my God, if we had, I mean, I think about some of the stuff that I've been through as a kid, and some of the stuff that I've been through as an adult. Choice? Oh my God, no. No, never. No, absolutely not. Let me just say this. I want to clear this up with people as far as like, this is the way I feel about people that think that our life is a choice, our lifestyle, or this is a lifestyle. First of all, there's no such thing as a lifestyle when it comes to being gay. It's just not. It's just not. Number one. Number two is choice. The stuff that I've been through, the stuff that I've had to endure, and the stuff that I'm enduring right now, I would have never wanted this for myself. I would have never wanted this for myself. I would have lived a totally different life. I would have been totally different. If I could take myself out of myself, I would want to be heterosexual just so I wouldn't have to go through the negativity. I mean, I love this man right here. Love him to death, and don't have no regrets about marrying him. Don't have any regrets about him being in my life. Love him with every fiber of my being. But he understand. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me tell you this. I'm gonna paint you a picture. Since we make a choice, I'm gonna paint you a picture. Picture me, a little boy, 6 years old, chubby, light-skinned, fat, sitting in a room in the projects, in the hood, the worst projects in New York City, in a room, chilling, playing with He-Man dolls or toys or action figures, whatever you want to call them. And I'm just sitting there and I decide, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to be gay. You know how stupid that sounds? Like, who would decide to want to be different? You may want to dress different. You may want to walk different, talk different, because you might not want to fit into society. But who in their right mind decides to sit? You know, I have feelings towards girls, but I'm going to channel that energy into liking men because I want to be gay. Who in their right mind would do that? Please tell me.
And I was ridiculed for not only being gay when I was young, but I was also ridiculed because of this. And the sad part is I was ridiculed because of this and because of who I was by my own people. My own people, black people. When I was a kid, I hated. One thing I used to pray for every single day is I would wake up and I would be your color.
Well,
because I was teased as a because
beat you down for everything.
Yeah, because I was teased.
They beat you down for being light skinned. They beat you down for being dark skinned. Mm-hmm. They beat you down for being gay, but they don't beat you down for being a hoe. They don't beat you down for twerking your ass on videos, looking like a fool while Sojourner Joyner and Harriet Tubman are rolling over in their graves because they didn't fight for freedom for you bitches to be out here with your asses twerking up like Nicki Minaj in that damn award show looking like a $5 hoe on a $2 street in a hot summer's day. No. Them slaves did not fight for the bullshit y'all be doing today. And in actuality, I wouldn't mind dying. If reincarnation was the same, I wouldn't mind dying and coming back gay. But this time, I would just want to be white. Because when it comes to them and gay, they don't do half the shit black people do again.
Yeah, I think we've been accepted more by white people.
And we could tell somebody white we're married, man or woman, they're like, really? Oh my God, congratulations.
Yes, they
tell somebody black we're married. What?
So who plays the man and who plays the woman?
So who the man, who the woman? Which one of y'all is the wife?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all married? Oh, that's nice. Bye. Not white people. Oh my God, for real? When did you get married? Oh, let me see your. Oh, they're amazing. Blah, 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 blah. Not black people. And
we're not trying to take that away from you guys that are watching us. Yes, because we know that you are accepting of us. Of course, if you weren't, you wouldn't be watching us. But these are the things that we go through on a daily basis, like real talk. These are the things that we go through on a daily basis. So this is one of the reasons why I myself don't want to have any children. I don't want to raise any children.
Any of you women on this that's watching this live now that's married, I bet your husband has never have to come to you and ask you, are you okay with me telling people you're my husband? I bet your husband never asked you that, but mine did, because he thought that I was having a reaction to him telling people in the street that we were married. I don't give a fuck. Tell whoever you want. Scream it from the highest mountain. I'm your husband. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But that's what we go through. That's what we have to think. It's not like y'all where you could just walk in the room and say, oh, this is my husband. Everybody's like, hey, how you doing, man? What's going on? When we walk in the room and say, that's my husband, it's especially with black people, is, oh, hi.
Mm-hmm.
White
Come
people,
near
like I
me.
said, white people. Oh my God, that's so great. You're amazing. Oh, let me see. Oh, oh my God, the ring is beautiful.
Hmm.
He really must love you. Those diamonds, blah 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 blah. That's white people. Black people. Oh, well,
Hmm.
congratulations.
Hmm. When y'all leave them.
Could you at least babysit since y'all don't have kids? Girl, I traumatize your kids. I've been to lock them in the. No, I tell you this. If you got good kids that just sit down and all I gotta do is make sure they get fed and all I gotta do is put them in bed or if they spending the night or just make sure they fed and full and okay, we good. If they can do everything else, watch TV, play on their iPads, play on their phone, I'm good. But if I gotta do more than that and I gotta listen to them fight and I tell them to do something like shut up and act like those unruly kids, when you come back, you gonna call the police on my ass. Cause they gonna have stories.
Well, you know what? I got a confession to make.
My sister said I'm an awesome babysitter.
I got a confession to make.
What?
I I don't babysit kids, and I don't like being in the room with kids for too long period of time. And that's because of the stigma that has always followed us. With when it comes to kids being molested, things like that. I don't like being in the room. I don't feel comfortable being in the room with a child. Not because I'm going to do something to them or anything like that. It's just that people make assumptions and people come up with things. I've seen so many horror stories. I've heard so many horror stories with gay men um, going to jail for not doing anything but being accused. And that's always been like my biggest fear.
Oh, I had a friend.
Um,
I had a so-called friend
yeah,
that did that.
I had a friend like that
She
too.
brought her son to the job and she was holding him, and she said, "Oh, whatever his name was, it was so long ago, I forgot." And she said, "Say hi to Joe." He said hi, and he went to reach for me like this, and she said, "No!" And in that moment, I never spoke to her again. First of all, your son reached for me. I didn't reach for your son. Because truth be told, I don't like kids. I
Yeah,
don't.
I
I
just
mean, good kids, I'm not a kid person. Kids will
yeah, me
love me
neither.
if you bring your kid. And I think because I'm so tall and I'm so big,
Yeah,
to them, I'm like a giant.
yeah. I
And
mean, I'm
then
good
if I
with
start
kids too,
throwing
like
them
that.
around and playing with them
Hmm.
rough the way I do, they love me. Leave it to me, I wouldn't do it. But if they come around me, I'll play with them or whatever. But it's like he said, I only deal with kids that I know.
Yeah,
I
that's
only
it.
deal with
And I
kids,
don't hardly deal
my
with them.
friends that may bring their kids around me because what you not
No,
going to do,
no, you can't leave your kid around me. No, because I'm scared. It scares me. It scares me. I mean, if you touch the kid in the wrong way, it's going to be taken as something else,
everything.
and
It's
that's
not even
why.
touch the kid in the wrong way. Bitches will just get mad at you and then
Yeah,
go off on a rampage.
yeah, and
And
they'll
I'm
make
not the
yeah,
one for it. So I keep my distance.
yeah. I do too. I keep
Because
my
I'll tell
distance.
somebody in a minute if I'm in the street, if you don't get your little kid away from me, I will kick him.
Joseph, you can't say stuff
I will
stuff like
kick
that.
your kid. Get him away. I will kick him because
No,
I'm not
no, he won't. He
dealing with
won't
it.
do that. He won't do that, y'all. He won't do that. Don't say
I will.
stuff like that, Joseph. You won't kick no kid.
I sure will. I will kick him.
Now I call the police on them.
I'll kick them.
I call their parents on them or something like that.
I
But
beat them and beat their parents too. I ain't got a
yeah,
problem with it.
no, Joseph, you can't beat a child. You can't beat kids these days. You go to jail for
Who
stuff like
can?
that. You go to jail for
They
stuff like
act
that.
up, they need an ass whipping.
No, you can't do that. You can't do
If
that.
they act up and need an ass whipping and their mama won't give it to them, I'll give them
No,
one.
no,
And then I'll turn around and get their mama ass whipping too.
no. I don't touch nobody else's churn. No, I don't do that.
Exactly, LaShawn. Some of them need to be kicked. I
Yeah,
agree with you.
yeah, but LaShawn's saying that, but how would she feel if somebody touched her churn?
I know LaShawn, and she's the Aries. I'm sure her kids don't act nothing like we talking about.
Oh, of
Because
course not.
she already probably kicked them.
Of course not. I mean, I know kids. I know people that have kids, they don't play. You know what I'm saying? But there are some parents out
Like my
here.
sister on this live, my niece is not bad, but if she give her one little ounce of something, pop, she get a good pop. See, that's them old parents from the 70s.
Yeah.
These new 80s and 90s parents be on some bullshit.
Yeah.
But 70s and 60s parents, they know the ass whippings we used to get, and their kids get fucked up.
I used
one
to get
good
towed
time.
up. Oh my God, I used to get, my father used to say, oh, Lord have mercy, I'm having a flashback. Ooh. My father used to, oh God, please, I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I would never have a child, because of that stigma that follows us, and then all the other extra stuff, all the other negativity that comes with being gay, and then having a child. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, we joke about it, but we honestly had conversations about this. We joke about it, but honestly, it's not an easy decision. It's not me. I can't even imagine me. I mean, and I know I have friends that are gay that have children. I can't imagine what they have to deal with. I mean, it's not something easy. It's not. It's just not.
Because it's one thing if your kid comes home and says, if they're black, oh, Billy called me the N-word, you have to sit and explain that.
Mm-hmm.
Or, Mommy, they call me fat in school, they're teasing me, you have to deal with that. But now you have to deal with, everybody wants to know why I have two dads. Everybody's calling your names and calling you bad names and calling you the F word and saying that I'm like you and I'm not like you and I don't want to be like you and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a whole nother realm that I'm not prepared for it. I'm sure other people that have kids are prepared for it, because I would hope that they sat down and thought about all of that before they did what they did.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if I had a child, I'd probably be fighting every day. I can see me now. I could probably be at school every day fighting for somebody messing with my child because of some mess like that.
See me, I couldn't. Because, I would just go right up to the other kid and punch him in the face and say, now would a fag do that? And punch him in the face.
Well, you can't go around punching kids in the face, Joseph.
I would. You're not going to make my child feel no kind of way.
That's not reality. Stop telling these people to punch people in the face
I told my niece, if the little girl next door mess with her, I'd snatch that bitch ball. All she got to do is tell me the word, and I'll beat that little girl ass. And I ain't playing.
Joseph, you can't do stuff like that.
And now that I have a bunch of nieces and nephews, they can't come and tell me nothing. Especially my little niece Sanaa, because she remind me of my niece Deja. Like, I love her. Like, I love her to death. And like, they can never tell me.
Don't you know you're gonna go to jail if you snatch somebody's child?
I bet that little kid will learn a lesson for life.
Yeah, Tracy. Now you know better. No. I don't advocate putting my hands on somebody else's child. You can't, because imagine if somebody put their hands on your child.
First of all, my sister wouldn't even call me and tell me nothing happened, because she already know. She would have to already tell me what she and her husband did, because if they call me and the actual situation is still in flux, I would come and shut it down. They already know that. They already know. I would make my niece point out the person to me on the street.
Well, see, I know Tracy probably be in jail.
Take a rock and just bash the kid in the head.
Tracy probably be in jail for killing somebody's kid. She probably would. But, I mean, no, you can't put your hands on other people's children. You can't. You just can't. You just can't. But that's all for that question.
Right, Adrian.
Any other questions you got?
My phone died, but the other question that was asked was, how do you deal with rude waitresses and waiters when you go in a restaurant? Because the person went in the restaurant today and the waiter sat them at a table and they told the waiter, excuse me, there's water in the seat. And he said, oh, well, it's dripping from the air conditioning vent. Don't sit there. They kind of went off on the waiter, but they didn't because the other people they were with wanted to eat there. So how would you handle that situation? I can tell you now, the police would have came, they would have shut the restaurant down because I would have completely flipped tables and punched the waitress
I would
or
have got up.
waiter
I would have
in the
left.
face.
I would have left. We would have left. I don't care if if there was somebody there that wanted to stay there. I would have been like, "Well, you stay here. I'm not staying here."
I would have completely punched them in the face.
Yeah, but why?
Then I would have got on Google and I would have gave them a bad review. I would have got on Yelp. I would have gave them a bad review.
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean, I
have
would
went
have
home
no,
and I
no,
would have called
no.
the manager
You reported to
and I would have
management.
cursed the manager out. I would have cursed the and let me tell you something. I went to eat one time with two of my friends. The waitress came and brought us the bill. We gave her the exact change. The only thing she had to bring us back was a nickel. We told her we didn't want the change. Instead of this hoe coming back to the table to see like if we even left her a tip, she went and got the manager and said we said to keep the change, which was a nickel. First of all, what makes you think that I have to leave you a tip? That's number one. Number two, she had a full $10 tip on the table that she never went back to check. But by the time the manager, the white manager, had the audacity, now she would have did better stopping one of the other two people. But I guess Jesus wasn't on her side that night. She stopped me and told me, "You told the waitress to keep the tip and it was a nickel?" I said, "No, I told her to keep the change and it was a nickel. I left the tip on the table for her." So I see the girl walking with the tip and I see the manager. And then you know how everything plays in your head real quick? I went completely off and was screaming at the top of my lungs in that restaurant. I'm saying, who the fuck do you think you are? If I felt the bitch was worth a nickel, bitch, that's what the fuck she was worth. And who the fuck do you think you are stopping me on my way out the door to tell me I gave that bitch a nickel? I said, matter of fact, I went right behind the waitress because she was scurrying her little black ass in the kitchen, counting her little bills. I snatched that money out her hand and said, "Bitch, now keep the fucking nickel, bitch. You want to run and get a manager? Coco Nut, let me tell you something. You do better. You want to tip, bitch? Tip this. Check the table before you go running to get a white bitch to do what you was too scared to do. If you would have came back to the table and see that we left the tip, you'd have a tip now. So tip for the day. Check for your tip before your tip get taken." And I walked out the restaurant.
But let me say this. I think the waitress was wrong, period. I think the waitress was wrong. When
You gonna tell me to sit in water? Child out.
Whenever, yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. If you wanna get it, what we
And the
speaking,
shade is,
I was a waiter before, but let me say this.
but it was a Mexican restaurant. You should be being nice to people because that person could have got on the phone and called ICE and you could have been gone.
That was uncalled for. But anyway,
well, I'm just
what you have
saying
to
the
understand.
truth.
Let me just say this about waiters and waitresses. What you have to understand is this: is that most waiters and waitresses, they don't even make minimum wage.
I don't care.
Hold on for a second. Let me finish. They don't make minimum wage, so when somebody tips them, they depend on those tips to supplement what they don't make. So, but at the same time, if you're a waiter or a waitress, you are supposed to give the best customer service that you possibly can give. If you're not giving that, with being a waiter or waitress. Hold on. With being a waiter or waitress, you get what you give. You get what you give. If you give me good service, I'm going to give you a nice tip. If you give me average service, I'm going to give you whatever the percentage is that the standard is. I'm going to give you the standard. If you're really, really good, I'm going to give you the standard, plus I'm going to give you a little bit more. But if you're rude, or if you're nasty, if you ain't doing your job, if it take me 10 times to call you for something, no, I'm not giving you a tip. And you can call a manager. You can call him. No, I'm not cursing you out.
I'm gonna give you
I
a
don't
tip.
know. I don't believe. I don't think that's right. I don't believe in all.
I'm gonna write. Next time, come to work with a better attitude, and this will have a mind.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit there and cause a scene in the restaurant.
Oh no, when you stop me when I'm walking out.
No, stopping you, that's totally different. But I'm saying, hold on, let me finish. What I'm saying is that I'm not gonna cause no scene in no restaurant and be cursing you out and all that. Karen, I'm not doing all that. Like what that person should have did today was they should have went to management. And if management didn't do nothing about it, they would have got up. I would have got up and I would have walked out. I would have got up and walked out. That's it.
No, they ended up getting another table. And then
no, I would have got up and walked out. As soon as that waitress told me that.
But it was more than one person.
I don't care. For me, I would have been like, y'all, I'll see y'all later. I'm not staying here. I'm not staying here. If I got to put this the person I got to deal with, I'm not staying here. Period. I'm not doing it. No.
I called the manager and told him she was not there to refill drinks. I'll make sure so we're not giving her a tip. The manager took it off. I don't blame you. Because places like that include the gratuity already, and then they're not even giving them 10 or 15%. They're giving them like 50 to 20%. And half of them bitches don't even be worth it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but no, I wouldn't have stayed. I just wouldn't have stayed.
First of all, I get it. Because when I Uber sometimes and people be making requests, they want to plug up their phones and things like that. I feel because I'm allowing you to plug up your phone in my car with my extra plug, you should give me a tip.
I mean, that makes sense.
They don't. I'll have water in the back doors. Them hoes will take one person when they took. I had them ice waters, the flavored ice waters, and I had regular water in the doors for the people when they got in and out of the car. It was summertime. I figured they'd be hot. You know, one bitch put all four of them in her bag and walked out, and the bitch ain't give me a tip. Bitch, you just got $4 to $2 waters out my car, 2 Deer Parks, and 2 ice waters that you went in the store. You just paid $4, $8 easily just for 2. And your bitch ass just walked out my car with 4, and then you got the audacity not to give me a tip? Really? But then the lady's in the back choking. I'm like, oh, ma'am, take a water off the door. There's no water. But there was just 4 back there, so that woman just took them all. I had one chick sit in the car, take the water, crack it, sip it, and put it back on the door. Who does that? Who wants to drink behind your nasty ass? I had one lady get in and ask me how much the waters cost, and I fell out because I'm like, oh, Uber drivers charge for water. I'm just being nice.
Did you see the news today where the girl stole the Uber driver's money?
Well,
it was $5. I mean, it was $5, but
no. But first of all, he wasn't even supposed to do what he did. He wasn't supposed to have like a little tip jar in there. So that was kind of his fault. She shouldn't have stole it. I think it was fucked up what she did. But at the end of the day, he wasn't supposed to even have that tip jar in there because you can't even ask people for tips. If a person volunteers to give you one, that's one thing. But he had a tip jar.
Yeah, but
and why would you have a tip jar where somebody in the back could do exactly what she did, just reach forward, take out your money, and walk out the car?
Yeah, but still, she ain't had no business taking it in the first place.
She shouldn't have.
She shouldn't have taken it.
I agree.
And I would have called the police and I would have pressed charges on her, full charges on her for theft.
For $5.
For $5. I sure would have. Just to teach her a lesson. And then when they interviewed the girl, she said she didn't feel bad. She said she didn't feel sorry. She said it was only $5. And it would have been only five fingers in her face. It would have been 5 fingers because I would have found that.
She had no remorse. So that means if she'll steal $5, she'll steal 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and not care about it.
Exactly. So whoever that heifer is, I saw you on TV. Whoever you are, I hope you're watching this. If you're watching this, Karma. Karma.
Somebody gonna steal 500 from you
Mm-hmm.
or 5,000.
Yeah. Gag Nation.
Or
Gag
50.
Nation. The gags of Gag
Cause you look
Nation
like
are going
$50
to
will make a
set
break.
in on you.
Cause she looked like $50 will hurt her life. Cause it wasn't like she was up. You know, she's one of them Instagram bitches.
Yeah.
With her little cheap Fashion Nova clothes.
Yeah. She was
Well, no, I'm
very
not
that.
gonna. Cause Fashion Nova's not cheap. I would say Rainbow Shop, but I'm not.
It's not even Rainbow Shop. She's very Conway.
Forever 21.
No, it ain't even Forever 21. That's better. Forever 21 is better than Conway. Yes. But guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We had such a great time.
So tomorrow you won't see any posts from me or Tramel.
Yes.
Nor will you see us online because we're gonna try something that two of our other friends did.
Yes, we're going on
Tomorrow,
a social media diet.
A social media diet day.
Yes.
No Instagram, no Facebook, no Twitter, no
No
games on the
nothing.
phone, no nothing. The
No
only thing we
nothing.
could do is
I'm
talk
going to
on the
have
phone.
such a good time because he loves to play his video games. I want to see if he's going to be able to endure it.
That we can do when 12 midnight strikes, 2 hours, well, a little less than 2 hours from now, is talk on the phone like
That's
the phone
it.
was used to be used.
That's it.
Let's talk on the phone. I am going to Uber
And my
in the
phone
morning.
ain't going to ring because don't nobody call me no how.
So we're going to see how this works.
No, he's not going to, I'm telling y'all, he is not going to be able to take it. And Joseph, I know you're going to be out there when you go Uber. And I know you're going to be playing, yes, you are. Lies from the Book of Lies. I know you.
No, first of all, I'm going to be driving people around.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't just pick up my phone and play a game while I'm driving people around. Second of all, when I turn it off, I come straight home.
How am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to know?
Well, how do I know when I'm not home? You won't be checking stats for our page and
I ain't got to check
else.
nothing. No, you know, you come on now. He knows. First of all, you know I don't even pick up my phone like you do. Joseph, you be on your phone all day, all night. Will you get ready to say something? You said something.
Mm-hmm.
What was you get ready to say? What was you get ready to say? You would get ready to say you don't be on your phone all the time? Was you get ready to say that? I know you wasn't getting ready to say that. Sit back. Come on. Give me some.
Who you gonna call, me or Tramel?
Who?
Tracy said I'm gonna call you, and then she said Tramel. So I want to know if it's who she calling, me or you.
What's Tracy gonna call me for?
Oh, she said she's calling you.
Oh, she gonna call me?
Yep. She said she's calling you. Put that phone down and spend time with you. All right.
Yeah. Well, we have decided to do a couple of things when it comes to us being married. We decided that we were going on one date a month, and then we would go on a social media diet at least once a week. Yeah, once a week. I can do it. I'm just not. I'm not social media savvy like he is, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to do it.
I can.
What
are you talking about? I gave up Facebook for a whole month. I did. Whatever. We'll find out tomorrow. Won't we?
Yes, we will. I know he's not going to be able to do it.
I am going to be able to do it.
No, he's not. He's not going to be able to do it. How much y'all want to bet?
We are going to play board games, and we're going to talk, and we're going to watch
damn
TV.
Board games. What board games? What board games are we going to play?
Sorry and
I ain't playing no damn Sorry.
And Scrabble.
No,
and
we're
Clue.
not. Lies.
We're going to play all those games, and we're going to have fun.
Lies. Then I'm going to lose. I'm not gonna sit here and play no damn board games. I ain't playing no Monopoly, no Sorry, no nothing. I don't need to do all that. All I need is my TV.
See, and he'll still ignore me because he'll just be watching the TV.
Don't nobody ignore you. Joseph, don't do that. Don't go there.
And he'll still ignore me because he's been watching TV.
Yeah. And what you do? What you be doing? Mr. Wizard of Oz?
Killing zombies.
Mr. Wizard of Oz and killing zombies? Oh, okay. I thought so.
Maybe.
So we will see we will be able to endure not doing any social media on tomorrow. But we will see you again on Saturday for Coffee with the Kings. We have decided to air our regular show on Wednesday nights only. And that's going to be Q&A with the Kings or Ask the Kings. And then we'll do Coffee with the Kings on Saturdays and Sundays. So we thank you again for joining us. Please tune in next week, and we'll have some
Keep
more
the questions coming.
Yes, please keep the questions coming.
Good questions.
Yes, they are. They're very good questions. Keep the questions coming, and as we said, please go onto our King's Corner page, the McRae King's Corner page, and like and follow our page. We really need your support when it comes to that. And share our videos. Please do that. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Keep on telling a friend. Shout out to Melba Moore. We'll see you on Saturday. You got anything else to say?
Nope.
Okay, well, we're going to tune out here because it's getting kind of late. What time is it?
10.
Yes, 10. It's like 10 after 10, so we've been on for quite some time. But we're gonna sign off, and we will see you guys on Saturday. Join us for Coffee with the Kings on Saturday morning, and we will see you soon. Don't forget to like and follow our page, Instagram, Twitter,
YouTube, The McRae Kingz. Yes. And on Facebook, you know where it's at, The McRae Kingz Corner.
Yes. Until later, kisses. Peace. Team McRae.
All day. Yes, because we're not going to fight tonight.
No, we're not going to fight tonight.